minutes to master, tools to explore. Let your imagination soar like never before. AI Tool Time with Rick McCawley, where your digital dreams come true.
One lounge. Ignition.
I'm going to start with is an ego trip here, because I look damn good in this picture. Now, this is a legit, real picture. Now, it has been retouched, but a student took this picture of me. That is accurate. That is the pair of glasses. It's a little bit nicer. I did my hair that day, and I had a pimple in my forehead there that I retouched out, but it looks like me. All right. This is part of me going into ChatGPT with all the stuff it knows about me. And I did, so in 1959, born in Japan, 1960, raised in Greece, 80s, staff at the Miami Herald. I did replace the pictures that are in those spots with real pictures, part of the Pulitzer Prize, human-centric AI, art is a verb, born of stardust, witness to history, and then early frame, born in Japan, 1959, raised in Greece, became a lifelong witness with a camera in hand. All of this real. Educator, witness, storyteller, the man who helps people navigate AI with wisdom. Born of stardust, meant to become starlight, lighting the way for those in darkness, those without a voice. Rick McCawley. Is that is that amazing or what? So let me go on to pour some more sprinkle sauce on you. I don't know why this is. Do you see that thing at the top? I'm going to go to the next page and see if I can get rid of it here. Something about the iPad. Do you see that?
I don't see it.
Okay, there we go. This is the middle of that same document. Okay. Now it says service, use talents of service to others, witness, tell the truth through image, story, and presence, responsibility, technology must benefit humanity, beauty, art, craft, and still matter in the age of AI, and then 7 generations. So it wrote all of this. This has been upraised in Crea to 10K. So I have this so I could post it, a 24 by 36 inch poster out of this, which I might do. I don't know. Now, if you take a look at the QR code there, I'm going to see if this is indeed true. That should take you to my bit.ly link. Yes, it does. So I gave it my bit.ly link, and I gave it basically everything it knew about me. So right now, if you want to find out where to reach me on LinkedIn, Facebook, and the rest, that's the QR code. It works. I did not add that. That was there. Okay. I just want to say that. Then you see the projects, 2010s, travels widely, internationally teaching, 2020s, AI Institute at Broward College, UpSkill USA, 2020s and 2020s, Grok, Year of the Trilogy, Without Summer, etc. And then beyond the witness to history, Pulitzer grade journalism, everything you see on here is from one prompt. Make a sheet, and in fact, here's how you do it yourself. If you want to do this yourself, you can take a copy of this picture you can find on my website. And then here's the bottom part. So there's more. So it had the AITV Starship. It had all of these witness history, taught thousands, 25 years as a senior professor of design, bridged art. So I have a folder, a project folder on ChatGPT that everything that when I was doing my, so I typically, if I'm speaking, I have a little brief bio that can introduce me on stage, something to put inside the handouts and the promotions on social media. So I've got everything about me is in there. So it's grounded truth. And so this is what it came up with in literally 3 minutes. It takes a little bit longer than Google does to do Gemini. And there's 100 plus countries traveled, 120 song compositions. And then it says at the bottom, witness something work. I can't see it. There we go. A witness wisdom work. Took me out of there. Okay, here we go. And that's all accurate. All right. So here's the website. And I'm going to tell you 2 things about this. I created it using this particular page was done over in Manus. And it took me an hour and a half. I put together, you'll see this sort of the size of your fingerprint at the bottom. So this is the top part. So I gave it the picture on the left, the one on the right. And then I took my current website and I basically made this platform for my entire website. So what you're going to see here is I have only 4 sections to it: home, star missions, arts and media, and AITV Starship. And then contact me in the top. There's my information that you need. Here are my productions. Here's the ecosystem of things. Go right here and it clicks and it goes to the channel. This would go, okay. Did you follow me over, or do I have to reshare my screen now? Do you see a website now?
We see Rick McCawley's website, Star Missions, Arts and Media, AITV Starship.
And you're not seeing me scroll up and down. You don't see the calendar. Okay, so I'm going to come back in because what I did, which I shouldn't have done, I'm going to reshare here. And I'm going to share the entire screen. I don't think there's any music to listen to anyway, but what I want to do is share, stop screen, go back and reshare, share screen. I'm going to do the entire window, and I'm going to go turn it on, and I'm going to click on here. So, oh, nope, entire screen. That's what I wanted. There we go. Now we're talking. Okay, so now I'm going to switch on over to, oh, that's not PowerPoint. That's PowerPoint. Okay, there we are. Okay, so I'm going to click here. And so this whole page is a still image in PowerPoint. I'm going to click now. This is the actual website.
Yep, now we're seeing it.
Okay, so there are 18, there's 9 missions that are part of what is called Star Missions. So you can see UpSkill USA, which will actually take you there. Hello USA, Rescue Connect, Reef Reimagined, that's my new Reef application, Life Force One, Rocket Ship for the Mind, the CARE app, Notebook LM, which I'll show you in a minute, and my imagination. So there's the 9. These are called Star Missions. This is my entire website is basically this. And then you've got up at the top, AITV Starships. If you click on this, it takes you right over to Star Missions, and you can watch on YouTube right now. This is pending right now. So we'll actually show you us live on my website, okay, in the future. And you can also come here and book time with me. And then this is what I charge, and here's what I have open. So I have my Saturdays open, so you can come part of that. Takes you to the Zoom conversation. This is, again, a future I will have. Here's the UpSkill USA portion of it. So you can see what's going on here is, it put me in a Zoom call. Okay. I didn't mean to do that. So you'll be able to join me on Saturdays because it's going to be an open mic night. So basically my entire website, let me get back to it here, is right here. Okay. So I built it. Then I built separate. So you already seen UpSkill USA, Rescue Connect will be a website soon, Life Force One also. So there are 9 websites I'm creating independently using every one of the tools, Claude's Anthropic, and it's been putting them in GitHub. It's been putting on managed servers. So now I'm connecting the dots. So I will have 18. So my arts projects, I already have one for my Grok is a video. Greatest Show on Earth is already a website. And so each of these will also be, and my photography will be put on there. So you see where it says live? That means you can click on it and it takes you to that location as we just did here. Coming soon means I'm building it right now. Within the end of the month, I will have 18 working websites. I will have this, so you can find me on any of the social medias, which you can actually do right today. So there I am on LinkedIn. There's my LinkedIn profile. And then I'll go back over. And so you can find me on all these. And there's going to be more information here. And this is what I'm doing. This is my calendar being served up. And there I am, AITV Starship, every night, 8 to 10, office hours on Saturdays, 11 to 1. So this is, I went to graduation this week. There it is. And so this is office hours. Click to join the Zoom. So you'll be able to come to join office hours by clicking there. So this is going to be published. Right now it's on Launchpad. Launchpad, I guess, is Manus's. Correct me if I'm wrong, Brandon, if you know better than I do. And this is a one-page website. I don't know
Launchpad, but
okay. I believe it's Manus's same thing as Lovable has for its servers. And then UpSkill USA is served in GitHub repository. And then Lovable, part of UpSkill USA, is on Lovable servers. Is that correct?
Yeah, Lovable, UpSkill USA, the one we did is on Lovable. Lovable,
yeah,
which is super base.
So basically, this is going to be a one-page document that you click on and you go find all these things. So here's just an idea of what it will look like. So you'll see here's what the Reef Reimagined is. So this is a citizen scientist platform for empowering divers, scientists, and ocean lovers to document and protect coral reefs worldwide. Powered by fish-based, Google Earth, and the connected to 8 scientific databases. It's a live thing. Let's explore that mission. Now, I don't think it's live yet. Here's what you could do on it. So each one of these things at the homepage will click on something. Let me see if I've got anything for the greatest show on earth. There we are. So this is coming soon. I have created the website, and then you can see Reimagining the Great American Circus Tradition for a Modern Era Spectacle Story and Shared Wonder. I'm going to be rewriting that a little bit, and circususa.com. So I'm buying up all these URLs. So there'll be 18 different websites, completely self-contained, each one of them basically going from this nexus point, which is my launch pad. That's it. So that I did. Let me go back over to PowerPoint now, and I'm going to walk you through each of the other parts of this. So let's go to the next one. So those are the 18 missions that you see, 9 and 9. This is the UpSkill USA one that we did that's on Lovable. Could you put up the link to that? I'm sorry I shared the private link today. I didn't realize
no worries.
What that was.
I was wondering why people were trying to log into it the other day.
And it doesn't work when you put in a company name for some reason. It's something about credits being down or something. I don't know. So we can work on that, obviously, which you've seen. Here's my UpSkill USA. And this, I'm going to do light mode because my 4 steps. So I'm now hired 2 people to literally work on this alone. This is going to be our first application that's going to be for real, I hope. And this is what it does. It's Andre Karpathy's. So we're going to go from 347 different Bureau of Labor and Statistics to every job in America and do this level of assessment. And we're going to make those 4 steps, which is basically, if you're in high school and you're trying to see what tomorrow is going to be, we actually are going to tell you what jobs are vulnerable to AI overtaking them. So don't become an Uber driver, just FYI. Don't go work in an Amazon factory or delivering Amazon packages, because guess what? Zipline is now going to be delivering to Florida every package in your backyard, and you can get a tent and it can be secured in your backyard. No porch pirates anymore, and no human beings delivering it, just FYI. And they've cleared the space in California, the state of Florida, and many others. So stay tuned to Amazon being just delivered right to your door. So it basically takes a look at how critical. So customer service, representation, no jobs. How many people are losing their jobs? 2,814,000. So this is what this website does for you. It tells you where you really are. And then you take an Ikigai test. What's my purpose and reason for being? And then bingo, we hook you up. We tell you what to do and what to do if you're a high school student, whether you're a college student and you just got a law degree, what part of law is, necessary for you to upskill. Is there an extra class I need to take before I go take my law degree and go get a job so I can be prepared for tomorrow with AI assessment of vulnerability? So that's what it is. It's an AI vulnerability job market map. That is what this is going to be. And it's going to be a lot deeper. And it's grounded on the Bureau Labor of Statistics AI handbook for occupational outlook for the future, which includes that data. This is also, and you could go again, notebooklm.rickmccauley.com. So as long as you spell my name right, please do. You have now 132 styles you can take a look at. I'm not going to go show that since we did last week. And so I've been busy. And then what I want to show you about it is I have these very funky ones, but these are business and strategy ones. My favorite of all is 3D Mad Magazine Colorful Chaos. And I'm going to show you a couple of them to show you why that's so cool. So this is done in Manus, completely done in Manus, redone in Manus to add a business section. Here we go. So I was on a call with a friend of mine on Saturday, and she works for businesses. And so she's creating PowerPoint decks for businesses. So she said, wouldn't it be great if you could tell Notebook LM, hey, our logo goes in the bottom left-hand corner like it does for guess who, for AITV Starship. So you can. And these are specifically taken. So number 1 is executive brief. Sorry, you can't read this very well. But an executive brief is dark charcoal boardroom aesthetics with bold gold serif headlines and tight 3 to 4 word bullets. I'll give you examples of each one of these. So I basically created 12 of them that are for business. A board deck, venture capital, strategic plan. Then I did high contrast. These are for ADA, so Americans with Disabilities Associations, And WCAG, which is at 2.2, which is the accessibility guidelines that insist you have high contrast for colorblind people. You have focus mode, radically simplicity for neurodivergent learners, one concept per slide, dark gray background, one gold headline, maximum 5 words. So basically, I took it and I asked it to make 12 of these specifically for those neurodivergent people that fall in that area, as I did for the businesses, so they can do what they got. So then you can load up, and you can do this also in Gemini itself. And you can have Gemini now produce a slide deck of 20 slides in a row. You load up your slide deck from your company, which includes your markdown, what I call a design MD document, markdown language. So it has, what are your 5 colors? What is your logo? What is your brand? So if you noticed, what's so beautiful about our slides, bottom left-hand corner, that's our logo. Every bit of text at the bottom. Headline right there. Image, simple, full screen, 16 by. So you load that up, then you load in your data, and you ask for the output. So now you can do this in Gemini, because guess what Gemini can do? You can load up your entitled battle plan for Google. So when Google has their, what do they call their big event that's coming up soon, Brandon? Google I.O.?
That's right, Google I.O. It's less than 2 weeks away.
Oh, wait and see what happens there, right? So literally the guy that taught me how to do this is the guy who's prepping that deck right now. And he showed how he loads up all of the markdown language, basically the style guide. And this is what you want to ask for if you're not a designer. Say, I need a style guide that keeps to this, my business's style guide. So if you have a PDF style guide for your company, so your company, Brandon, if you were to get the style guide, every major company has one. If you're over 1,000 employees, you've got a style guide. It includes your colors, your logos, how they're allowed to be used, how they're not allowed to be used. And then you load it up with a focus mode or a business keynote in upskilling. You could generate right there by putting in a PDF of your style guide in there, or better yet, markdown language. You can get Claude to make a markdown design.md file. You've heard of soul.md. That is basically the context of who you are and what you want the heart and soul of your AI to be doing agentically for you. Well, a design MD file says what it looks like. That's it, right? And you can use my expertise in 25 years of teaching this. So this visual style guide is a master's level thesis. I don't know. This is about as brilliant as I've ever been in my life. I'm just saying that. Okay. So then I put in all the stuff about me because, again, what's the point of this? If you're doing this at home and you're following along, what you just saw is I took the context of me. All I've done is been talking to ChatGPT or Notebook LM, and I load it with everything ever written about me. And then watch what it pulls out of my life. These are 15 slides. The only thing it got wrong is I'm not that handsome, although I'm going to be, and I'm going to show you what I did with it. So this is literally Rocket Ship for the Mind. Is your classroom obsolete? Exploring AI's impact on education. Life Force One, trademarked. The wearable AI that knows you better than your doctor. The future of personalized healthcare is here. Grok, dueling AIs in the fall of an empire. Clash of Titans in the digital age. Pioneering desktop publishing since Macintosh Plus. 50 years of photography. Getting into trouble. Necessary trouble. That's the bottom. Let me see if I can do that without... It did it again. I'm going to get back in there. There we go. Necessary trouble. And then guess what I did? I said, I did this to Gemini. I gave it this slide and I said, change it for me. And then at first it didn't do the smile, but there I am shaking hands with a beautiful AI. And I'm sure her name is Aria. And then you see in the bottom corner, and you're going to see this in a minute. This is how good AI is today. Okay. So Panthers, you see there. Just wait a minute here. You see a devil running? Wait. Here's the next one. UpSkill USA. There is what happens if the corporations take over. Welcome to imagination. Here's what happens to Grok Trilogy. So this is all the bad shit that's about to happen in your classroom. And there's my year without summer over in the side. We the people, a stateless country of conscious and responsibility. Imagine a world. That is my foundation. Imagine a world. The foundation incubating purpose-driven global solutions. The machine of loving grace, AI-powered governance, matching human skills and imagination to real-world problems. Holy crap. It knows everything about me. And this is what I'm trying to prevent, Armageddon. And then guess what? An exhausted miniature society is draining. So, and it got a little text complications there. It's not perfect, but I found a way to fix all the text. Are we building casinos for the mind or cathedrals for the human spirit? Quoting, guess who? Mr. McCawley, yes, I am. So there we go. There's the gospel according to Greed. So that's the bad part. What am I doing about it? I'm Frederick James McCawley, a 50-year professional photographer, senior professor of graphic design, AI advocate. Lineage traced back to the Revolutionary Committee of Safety in 1776. Responsibility runs in the blood. Mission to, I don't know that we were actually there then, but I am in spirit, of course. So it did do a little bit, necessary trouble, etc. And then guess what? I don't want that guy. I want me. So I just went to Gemini and said, swap it out for my picture and keep it looking the same way. So nothing changed. If you could kind of see, just back and forth. That's it, right? There we go. Magic. The create, pow, multiply, responsibility, curiosity, creativity, communication, emotional intelligence, storytelling, and critical thinking. Those are my core 6 elite AI prompters, right? Rocket ship for the mind. This is Gandalf in a rocket ship. There is a school building on the back of a rocket. This is with my Mad Magazine version, and I've souped it up a little bit. But there it is. Here's the story about the truck driver that got terminated, and then he went to UpSkill USA seminar that I did, and now he is in charge of a fleet of truck drivers, and he's home for dinner with his grandchildren. That's a literal story I wrote, and his name is right here, right? It says, I think it says logistics supervisor, right? So anyway, it had his name in some place here. And then this is my Life Force One. All of your devices now, and this is done in an advertisement, 1980s, 50s to 80s advertisement style. All right, this is a real project. This is what it gave me. And let me show you where this came from. And I loaded up a project. Ooh, I don't have it here. I'll show you in a minute. But keep this in your head for just a minute. Take a look at Keystone Endangered Species Indicator. That's the alligator and crocodile. You have on the right, you have the key deer. You have the reef underneath. You have the ecosystem. You have the panther at the center, okay? This is a 17-foot by 64-foot mural. I have not shown on AITV yet. Maybe I did briefly when I just finished it. I did not get the contract, but I'm looking for it to be put up at the museum, at the Zoo of Miami, and at national parks. And I'll show you what the real one looks like in a minute. So here's my Hello USA, Rescue Randy, Food for All trucks. These are my global. So everybody puts money in. There is my Bruno Mars, Beatles, Norwegian Wood, U2, because it knows what kind of music I have. And there's my gift to the world. And then guess what this is? So I just had an argument with my roommate, Kat, the most beautiful human being that I am blessed to be partnered with for the rest of my life. She is my sister. She is not my girlfriend. She's my girlfriend, but she is my sister, my soul sister. I am born to be with this woman, and she has taught me so much in the 8 years that we have lived together now. And what I forgot to do is appreciate her and let her know how powerful and a force for good she has been in my life. And so I decided to wake up every morning and tell her why I love her so much. And I use that word every day. So expression of life-giving gratitude, and pick somebody in your life, and please do this. Today I'm alive because, Kat, you're a part of my life. And when I was almost suicidal, and you were too, we met at the precise moment where we made out of each other by just being present, by just stroking your head when you were so distraught and disturbed, and watching TV with you. I became your mother, your brother, your father. And I became the most loving human being I've ever been in my life. And every day I appreciate how you made me dinner last night. And one thing we must focus on today is to see if we can add value and not come to me with problems at 4 o'clock in the morning. A roach fell on my head. I mean, that was the conversation that started it, because I was trying to sleep and a roach fell on our head. Out of the ceiling, I guess I'd be the same way, right? But I woke up the next day and I said, I'm glad I was there. And I'm glad you woke me up, because I know what it's like to have a roach fall on you. And I want to be that guy you call when a roach falls on your head. Or even better, when an iguana, a foot long, is delivered bloody on your white bed by one of your cats. Yes, I will take and dispose of the body properly according to the law. Yes, I will be that person. I will show up and step up and do whatever I got to do to make you proud that you are my friend. And I am always of loving grace and willing to give you grace at times when you're not the best version of yourself. If you give me grace and forgive me for when I'm not the best version of ourselves, but I will strive to be better at. And then the recognition of progress. Look how far we've come. And so we talk about, like, Thanksgiving Day. What are we grateful for? And then the prayer of thanks, as she is a person who still prays, I pray with her, I'm thankful for this day to have you by my side, to bear witness to who I am becoming, to help me a better version of myself. And at the bottom is my daughter, Laura. Oh my God, I'm going to lose it. Who I had dinner tonight with, who, imagine a world is written about and for to those children born of curiosity and creativity, like she absolutely is, perfectly done to perfection. And she is changing her jobs and she's going out. Maybe she'll work for me. Maybe she'll do whatever. She's finding her ikigai, her purpose built on life. And that was our conversation tonight. And it was the most beautiful hug I had of my life, to know that this person who was in trouble when she was 16 was absolutely the most beautiful foundation with the beautiful man that she had trouble with, but she overcame it together. And she's with the right man. And I trust and I give my permission to this man to do whatever it is every day to wake up and do this to her in her presence. And maybe I'll have a girlfriend and I'll say this to them too. But I'm sorry, I'm not going to have a girlfriend without Kat being in my life the rest of my life. So if you're out there, ladies, and you want this, it comes with Kat. And let me tell you, it's the most beautiful addition to any relationship you can imagine, because she's got her man and he is gorgeous. I mean, he was SWAT for Costa Rica. This guy is a telenovela. He was on a telenovela. That's how attractive he is. And she's in love with him. And it's the most beautiful thing I want to make happen. So I would never stand in the way if it meant her not getting everything that she is purpose born on this earth to do, because she has been a gift to me. So it did all that. Okay. So, and then here's the cited. So this is Notebook LM. Look at this. Frederick James McCawley, Gospel According to the Dangerous Man at 65. And I wrote this when I was 65 on there. And the USA frameworks. Rodriguez case study. Yes, Juan Rodriguez was the truck driver's name, by the way. It got all that. It knew the context of me. Okay. So today I gave ChatGPT, just out of fun. I saw people doing this and it was like, this is kind of cool. So it's created. So this is the prompt it made. If you look in, if you go to Gemini right now, go to image. One of the things is make this into a statue. And here's what you do. Give it a picture. This one right here. You're not going to believe what's next. Stay tuned. Are you ready for this? This is the prompt it created automatically. Okay. Everybody got it? This is what it made. Take a look at this. Let me go back. Read this carefully. Bottom right-hand corner. OG, Original Human Music Company. There's the pictures. There's the Aurora Borealis in the background. There's me playing guitar in a nice wavy suit with a gorgeous face. Man, I wish I looked that good. There it is, in a museum. There's a camera in the bottom left. Original Human, OG, I bear witness to you. Over to the right says teacher, author, and songwriter. And it has all that, including the North Star and the log cabin to the left. I am going to try to make this out of marble. If I can get AI to get me a piece of marble that's 8 foot tall, and I want to own this thing. That's going to be sunk in a reef somewhere, and you'll be going along, and there's going to be a light inside where my light will reside, and you can say, Imagine, this is it. That's it. I'm the original human, baby. That's what it did to me. Holy crap, try it yourself. Give it a really cool picture and make sure you're working in a project folder that has your context in it. Otherwise, it doesn't know you're a teacher, author, a songwriter, or whoever you are. Okay, so I said to my friend, so this is my friend. Yes, she is that attractive. And Melissa, if you're watching, you're a gorgeous woman. You're absolutely one of the most beautiful people. So she posted on her website today. This is what I suggest you try. She said to ChatGPT, make a little story about me. So, and this is true. This is who she is. Part cosmic glitch, part divine main character, fully operating on, I got permission to post this today. A Gemini sun with a mouth that moves faster than most people's thoughts, powered by a Leo moon, and rising that refuses on a soul level to be anything less than iconic. Equal parts oracle. You can see the rest of it, right? And so I gave it to it and I said, make me basically an image that combines all of that. And there you go. So you've got Gemini. She's a tarot card reader. She has her own podcast. Like and follow her for doing that. She is that gorgeous. I'm in love with her. I have been for a long time. She always seems to have a boyfriend than whenever I'm single. So, all right. So moving on along. Melissa, if you're out there, thank you, love. I appreciate you letting me play some liberties. I've done this before with friends, people that I know. I've decided
she's listening in the chat.
Is she? Oh my God. Thank you, Melissa. And I can take you out for dinner if you'd like. I hope that you're not. I hope you're in a beautiful relationship with a lovely man who deserves you, because you deserve the best, my sweet. Thank you for showing up tonight. Yeah. I mean, oh my God, when I saw she put this up there and I'm like, she's into AI too. I mean, what else can this magnificent woman? You glow different when you're aligned. Magnificent like a main character. Divine like a main. Leo moon rising. Cosmic glitch. Manifestation timeline shifter. Witch, visionary, heart-led, unapologetic. And a smiley emoji at the bottom. Holy crap. And I didn't have any other context than what you see in the text here that I copied from her Facebook page. So give it a shot. It's pretty cool. All right. Getting back to you, remember the picture I showed you a little bit earlier? This is the mural. This is Sunrise Boulevard, where I hoped, and my fellow Phoenix, who is called Phoenix.spiritdiva. On Instagram, you can find her at Phoenix Spirit Diva. She's a photographer. These photographs, I think the osprey is hers. She did a couple of the birds, penguins, and not penguins, pelicans. She did all the birds, basically. The turtles on the rock. This is the ecosystems from left to right. This is the West Coast to the East Coast. These are ecosystems that are reliant upon each other within the state of Florida. At the apex, this is a 24-hour clock from sun rising to sun setting. So sun rising in the east. So that is the Florida Everglades at the center. There's many ecosystems. You can see the key deer up here at the top. You can see the monarch butterfly. You can see the bass here. You can see the alligator and the crocodile. Yes, they are two different animals. And so basically, oops, there you go. And that's what it was supposed to look like. I'm still looking for a home for it. And then this is what it looks like close up. That's a picture I took of the dolphin. That's a conch shell I photographed. Those are water lilies I photographed. This is about 200 hours in Photoshop and using ChatGPT to do some stuff. The fish in the bottom right-hand corner and the coral elkhorn, my photograph. Queen angelfish, my photograph. Roseate spoonbill, that's Phoenix's. The hawk and the bat, I think, are Phoenix's both, as are the turtles. One more picture. And this is what it did, having that in the knowledge bank in Notebook LM. You follow how that is? Because I loaded up the entire brief for everything that we're working on. And this is actually better in some ways because look at the ecosystem. Now, the key deer would not be wading that deep, and especially not on a coral reef because they're not that close. But you've got everything else, and you've actually got some birds there that we did not have in it. And then, because I did the stone thing, I said, yes, turn that into a marble statue of Correa marble. Now, if you can find somebody that will 3D print this thing, look at how gorgeous that is, and then have it hand painted. Wouldn't that be awesome? And it's got my Macintosh Plus at the bottom and field notes. And yes, That's my Macintosh Plus because I had a picture of me doing desktop publishing. That's how it got all these little facts about me. It knows more about me than anybody on the planet right now. Holy crap. All right. So I'm in a meeting with educators talking about what's the future of graphic design. We're coming up on time here to kind of wrap this thing up. And so I just the guy is in New Orleans and he wants us to come out there and visit him. He said he'll put us up for a weekend and we'll all get together and talk about some stuff or whatever. And I just said, hey, make me a poster for New Orleans. Make it cool typography. Make it really something that a designer would be proud of. Look at the hand lettering. So give me the best things about it. And here's your Oregon Trail and your trip thing, Brandon. I'm going to suggest that you do this with a triptych, basically, of your trip I'm going to do it up the state of Florida. So next week, you're going to see what I'm going to do. I'm going to show you all the places to stop, scuba dive along the trip to, and then here's the bottom half of it. And those are the 4 things to do. New Orleans, Louisiana, and there you've got the French Quarter, Second Lines, Dance Through the Streets, Royalty Kings. I mean, wow. And then, do you want to say something, Brandon? Good.
Nope. I love it. It's great. I'm always impressed when you bring out that mural.
Okay. So here's a new one. This is it. This is it. Anybody want to take a guess at what happened at this time in the year 33, according to Christian Bible? You guess right. Crucifixion. So that was the prompt. That's it. Nothing more. Now, what you're looking at here is a upresed in Crea using Magnifique. So the person bowing there with the blue robes should be Mary. The skin of Jesus should be a little bit darker. He was of Middle Eastern descent. So that, again, is the Americanized version. But this is entirely created with that as the prompt, the only prompt. So not even prompt for time. Prompt for time travel was part of it. So literally try that right now. You can do this with other dates and times, and I have. And then this is a long one, but this is what I picked times. So I started with this. This is what I started with. And I thought, ooh, how could I try and travel back in time and then take a picture with my phone as a selfie? So I started doing this. This is the first one. You can see this is really long. All you got to say is let me show you. There it is. As Neil Armstrong is playing the flag on the moon, looking back at Earth, and there's people taking a selfie because they're staying over in the right at the new hotel that on the moon, that just opened up. All right, so let me go through, try this one. Now, Brandon, thanks for letting Kyle do this last night. This is what I got, and this is what the prompt is. Just get a picture of yourself, create a 10 by 10 grid of, it should be all the art styles from cave paintings to modern day, sequence the order, showing this character in that style one by one. There you go. And it puts in Distill, Constructivism, Bauhaus, Dada, anime, and manga. There is one that I noticed Kyle got a woman, oddly enough. And there you go, a little bit closer up. And I think I didn't go. I have up-res this as well in Crea. I'll show you a little bit. But ornamentalism, romanticism, neoclassicism, Rococo, Dutch Golden Age, Baroque. This is literally cave painting, petroglyph, rock art, ancient Egyptian. This is legit 100 styles from one prompt, and that's the prompt. Holy, hold my beer. Hold my beer. Hold my beer. All right. So I said, haha. So I gave it the 10 lies. You're going to see those in just a minute. Lie number 1, the rib was never a discarded part that made Eve. Nope, it was a hole, and there was a mistranslation. Thank you, Genesis, for going back to the original one, the Gnostic Bible. We'll get into that later. So that's a lie. Lie number 1. Woman has always been equal to a man, period, end story. Number 2, tree of knowledge was not a bad thing. It was not why they got kicked out of Garden of Eden. If you have the knowledge of how the world works, you are a dangerous person. So telling it was a bad thing to have knowledge was to make everybody subservient to you. This was designed literally by the king and the pope to design the entire last 2,000 years so that no one ever tries to speak against the Pope as you had to go through the Pope to pay money to get to heaven. Nope. Guess what lie number 3 is? Madonna was born as a virgin, or Jesus was born as a virgin. Nope, that's not what it said. Complete lie, complete fabrication, purity, obedience, and motherhood. Nope, that's not how it was. Lie number 4, Mary Magdalene was actually propagandized and called a whore. Why? Because she was an equal partner to Jesus in saying one really important thing: God is inside of each and every one of you. Namaste is the only thing you should ever say, because God is inside that person until they do something bad with God. Then you go to jail. But you don't have to pay anybody to confess to anybody. You are not ever born with original sin. I hope to God that Jews don't believe that, do they, Brandon? There's no original sin, is there? What a stupid thing that is.
Yes and no. There's not really. I mean, we did some bad stuff over the years, but
yeah, we'll have to go through that too. And I'm really curious. I'm going to do a deep dive on Judaism, as a matter of fact, and also do the same thing with the Quran. So I'm going to be doing this kind of treatment. So here's the resolution coming out of Gemini. Now, here's the one thing I will tell you about Gemini. As spectacular as what you saw before, when it gets to people, it sucks. You get this gritty thing, what looks like photoshopped brushes that are not used properly. So here's what I did. Now, this did it a little bit too far. So take a look at the text. Now, the text, when you up-res it in Crea or Topaz, I've now tried 10 different ones. This is pretty good, although all the men look a little women and the text is screwed up. I had to bring back the text. But actually, this is pretty good if you consider it compared to that. Look at the top right and left. Look at how mushed up the characters are. Now, did it get rid of something? So I layered this high-res version with the low-res version. So I brought back the text because it can either do human flesh or text, not both well. But that ain't bad. You got an extra couple of legs and feet on Jesus in the bottom left, but not bad altogether. And there's what the text looked like before in that center section. That's with the up-resed one. And you can see womanhood, and then the original you see on the left. So I basically painted through to give you this, but I'm showing you what the original text was and how it can't do both at the same time if you are going to do it. All right. So then I did this. This is the 10 sins and lies. This was from my paper, which is going to be published and part of the GitHub. It's going to be part of if you go to Rick McCawley's AITV studio, or you go to the website on YouTube and on the website, there'll be a repository of everything I'm going to create, and you can read all the originals, and it's going to be in an ongoing series that'll be posted every day of what I'm doing now, where in the world is Carmen Sandiego kind of thing. So you'll get copies of this entire thing. All right. So let me go through. We went through the Tree of Knowledge, the original sin, Latin mistranslation. So this is actually the source of it. And there's 3,000 citations that all of these are fact. Mary Magdalene was called a whore by Pope Gregory. Yes, true. In everything in the Bible was written 200 to 300 years after the people who were witnesses. It's not a journalistic object, except for the 86 Bibles that were found, the Gnostic Bibles they're called, kept by the Ethiopians until recently, then opened up. There were only 67 Bible books that go in to make our modern day King James Bible, but it went through King Constantinople, Constantine, who was Socrates was his, anyway, you get the whole idea. So men basically stole and everything. So institutions have gained power. So who gains and who loses? Hell is a composition of Sol and Gehenna and Hades and Tartarus. And you probably have some words like this. The witch is something that basically Mekasfalusa was rendered as witch, helping justify centuries of witch hunts against women healers and midwives. So these are good women doing good things. They were just too smart for their own good. So men killed them and called them witches to do it. In fact, one of the most popular books of all time that printed on the Gutenberg press was Women Witches Will Cut Your Penis Off in the middle of the night. And so you have to kill them first. This was the highest circulation publication about anything. It was the first real solid propaganda move. Joseph Goebbels took his notes from literally that moment. If you don't believe this is true, look at Noah Harari's books, Sapiens and the others, and it's right there in plain day. Absolutely true. I will back up. All of these is absolute freaking truth, and I have the citations and the receipts for all of it. So this is just a little thing. Democrats, Republicans. Okay, here we go. This has been up-res for your enjoyment. So I said, tell me the differences based on traditional definitions of what Democrats and Republicans are supposed to be representing. What are they doing? So I have a political science degree. When I studied it, Democrats wanted a more active federal government to protect rights, expand opportunities, and regulate when the market fails. Republicans, smaller, more limited government, lower taxes, fewer regulations, and more power left to states, states' rights, markets, and civil society. Okay, is that what we have today? Well, if you add one more word, so if Republicans are acting for the filthy rich in America because they bought the president, Congress entirely, that yes, we're getting lower taxes for Elon Musk, but the rest of us are screwed. So they're not doing their job. But I did this just as a civics exercise as to what they, in the time of Lincoln, and Lincoln was a Republican, by the way, he was able to free slaves and be a Republican at the same time. How is that different than today? Wake up, white people. Yes, white people, I say that. White men is who I should be talking to, because you're the ones that are letting this happen. You believe that. Whatever. Anyway, healthcare, social reform. So read it and weep. Follow me on everywhere. So this is also a 500-page long document with receipts and everything else. Understanding the party helps explain why Congress debates taxes, gains rights, ascribes rights, justice, regulation, and the role of government so intensely. Republicans generally argue that a government should do less so freedom, markets, and local control can do more. Democrats generally argue the government should do more to protect the people and expand franchises. What they forgot is it's we the people, not we the who can give me my money. So there's your civics lesson for the day. All right, so I'm working with Claude and Claude Computer. So this gets back all the way to the beginning of our story. So this is the part where I talk to you about what I can do. This is World War I. These are the Gatling guns that were available that I put onto Frank. This is his first tour of duty in the trenches. He has a gas mask on. He has a monocular, gives him vision at night and also distance. So he is a super soldier. He's equipped with grenades as they were just being fabricated like this. So these are accurate biplanes going overhead. That's the tank of the day. And then this is the same prompt done in Gemini. Let me go back again. This is Nana Banana. Okay. This is why you do not want Gemini to do this exact same prompt. You see the jankiness I'm talking about? This really makes it appropriate. If you look to the right, look at all the battle stuff, and it's like really bad Photoshop cloning. All right. So now what does it look like? That is when I took that still image from a second ago and put it in Grok, period. Now, this is with a lot of prompting and, all that kind of stuff. I forget why I have this. Oh, I'm also making this into a whole series. And I was showing this off again to a friend of mine to talk about the Grok series. So all these characters. So this is, I'm working on finishing this now. And here's what it gave me. On the right, this is the profile on the left, what I created a year ago. This was using ChatGPT at the time. It took me a long time to get this. This is the backstory for Rick Delgado. On the right, I gave it 9,000 documents, and I said, give me an entire outline and profile, character biography of Rick Delgado. And I had a change. Because since he goes underground, if both of his parents are from Cuba, wouldn't work. So his mother became Mary Flanagan. So I had it go rewrite all the chapters, rewrite everything while it was organizing and structuring all my files and everything else. You can see that in a minute. Then create a backstory. So Northwestern University, Medill School of Journalism, USMC, 4 years, photojournalist, Washington Post. So this is everything that I ever wrote, then tightened up and then put into, this is book one, The Lens of Justice. That's his title. And then here's the famous part from the end of book one.
I am resigning as the greatest president ever for the United States.
Okay, so I did that last year. Okay, so here's what I want you to look at. On the left is the original Grok folder, and there are 7,000 documents in there. On the right, this is what Claude did when I renamed it _Claude. This is the archive. Those are duplicates and all kinds of stuff. There's actually a dozen different folders inside of that. Book one, book two, book three. Master documents, which it rewrote all the documents. It did this in 2 hours. The pitch and marketing campaign, the research and media. So it's following in real time all the real news that's happening. It's also keeping track of a database full of events that affect my outcomes. At the bottom, it then made a primer of Tomorrow World, character Bible for each and every characters. You just saw Rick Delgado's. It has 18 characters throughout the book in there. Master guide map and plan for the roadmap, the real events timeline, which you can also see coming up here in a minute. And it's what I've also done to Abracadabra to get this using Manus to execute, as you've seen this before.
In a world where the future feels uncertain.
So this is what it did to Abracadabra. Here is what it is after Claude Cowork is put to work in a folder. And I say, go in that folder, arrange it, and give me same thing you did over in the previous folder, right? So Grok, Abracadabra. I'm doing 18 projects this exact same way. I got the same 5 documents that I can, and the character Bible has prompts that I'll use in Midjourney. So then I took the prompts to get Frankenstein. This is just the scenes from Civil War, World War I, World War II. It researched all of the weaponry from those wars and then made prompts set up in a list. Then it marked out language. I handed that to Comet. It went into Grok and then into Midjourney and made all those characters. Then I went into, so all of my characters here are from Manus generating these characters, and you'll see the character sheet in a minute. So in Abracadabra, here is the pitch. Kavi Vaka is a 12-year-old. He lives. So this is what, in the process of getting all my files together, it created this. And this is one of 97 pages in that one document. And then here is part 1 of the book, narrative chapter. Dawn of the Ganges. We entered Kavi's word through the senses. I'm having it now doing it in the Bible for a movie production if Steven Spielberg was to do this book. That means set decoration. That means instructions to the camera movements, the storytelling, the storyboards. It's creating all of this for me based upon me writing the story. And we meet the smell of incense and chemicals, runoff, and this goes on. This is the entire book, okay? This is how we meet Kavi. And then here's the brigade character overview. So here's the 6 characters. Kavi Vaka, Varanasi, India, voice, Plasma Faja, creator, Amara Ose. And these are all real names, real places. Fukushima, Japan, Lagos, Nigeria, Medellin, Colombia, and Aquanese, North America. I don't even know. I guess that's in Dakota, Clearwater, North America. What is Aquanese, North America? I have no idea what that address is, but she's Dakota is a boy. And then what are the ancient belief systems? Sanskrit. That's Vaka. That means spoken poet. His name, Kavi Vaka, means spoken poet. Vaka means poet. So that's his name. Sanskrit is Vaka, speaking that created the world. So Sanskrit and the Varanasi Sanskrit belief system that India is the oldest country is that the goddess spoke the existence of humans into the world. It's God on the 7th day rested in the Christian telling of the story. And Brandon, you can tell me what the version is from Judaism and their belief system. I'd love to know what the origin.
I'd have to save that for the after
Another
show
day.
because
we're out of time.
on time.
Okay, so that's it. So that's basically it. What I basically walked through there, let me get back into the thing and we'll close this puppy out, is a guy that can't code worth junk, is like doing this. And I just showed you can do it too. So if you're not playing with it, come see me this Saturday. I'm going to have 11 to 1 o'clock. In fact, I should put in the thing here. In fact, you know what? Let me do that. Let me put my... go ahead. You have anything you want to close out the show with, Brandon?
Yeah, I just, always appreciate being alongside you, Rick, for these shows. And it's always a treasure trove of knowledge. The AITV Starship's like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're going to get, but it's going to be good.
Yeah, that's right, isn't it? Okay, so I'm going to share it right now. Let's see if I can get this to go in. Come on. It's not going into the... Oh, there we go. Okay, so if you want to join me, this is it. I'm going to put it up on the screen. There's what it is. You can just take a screenshot real quick if you want to. We'll leave that up for it. So that's every Saturday from 11 to 1 until I go on vacation. So I'm going to be doing that. So check with me ahead of time. You can call me or email me at rickmcawley@gmail.com or Rick the AI guy. That's my new one. Rick the AI guy. In fact, we can put that on screen in just a minute. So Rick the AI guy, and you'll ask for this little thing and come on in. No idea who's going to be there. The whole thing is to open it up and vibe code some cool stuff.
You should finish that. Rick the AI guy at gmail.com.
Yes. Rick the AI guy at gmail.com or rickmcawley@gmail.com. So if you don't know how to spell my last name, I made it so easy. It's Rick the AI guy at gmail.com. And thank you, Melissa, so kindly for letting us use that photo. And oh my God, I want to work with you and see if maybe you come Saturday if you want to. I'd like to see what you guys are doing. And you've got your own podcast. We can go on each other's show. I'm ready for it. So thank you, Brandon.
Tomorrow, yep. And also don't forget tomorrow, AI Salon's Friday night date night in the salon with Kyle Shannon. It's an AMA. Yeah. He's saying, ask me anything. If you ever burning desire about AI and you didn't ask it in the past, it's free. And if you didn't ask it in the past 2 hours,
a link up for that?
Yeah. Too? Yeah, it's just community.thesalon.ai.
So is that going to be in the AI salon like Kyle's was
the AI salon? Yeah, Kyle's taking all of it off of YouTube.
Yeah, some of the technology in there, I had to open up a separate window for the video and then close the window and have my chat because it was trying to put both in there and it left it over the top and left. It didn't push outside of the frame. I think that was the problem. They're still working with that, I guess. So
we're working on it.
Definitely
more AI content. And we'll be back next week for sure.
All right. See you later, guys. Namaste to all you beautiful people out there. The God inside of you all. Do great things. Make a more beautiful world.
See ya.
AITV Starship. News deep dives and creation. AITV Starship. Learn. Laugh innovation. AITV Star. Human amplified. Say it loud. RTV. The future worldwide. Ask not what I can do for you, but what you can do with AI. We're the dangerous people who get stuff done. And show you can too. Imagine a beautiful world with you.